Welcome back, you beautiful souls. This is James, also known as the Ogre Zerg, and I will be going over part 1. Where we last left off our story, Izuku had bought Raftalia, basically force-fed her medicine and fed her, and basically made camp in the woods because it was already getting too dark and he didn't really want to take any chances traveling at night with Raftalia still kind of recovering. So he makes a camp and everything, and this is when he pulls out like a tent, and he sets it up, and he puts a bedroll in there, and Raftalia is looking at him, and he rolls out like another he rolls another mat out and puts it next to the tent, and then Izuku is like, "Well, Raftalia, go ahead and go to bed." And she goes to go lay down on the one that's on the outside, and Izuku's like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "Isn't this mine?" And Izuku's like, "No, silly, go. Your bed's in the tent. Like, I set that up for you." And Reptalia is kind of, she's thinking, is like, why is he being so nice? Why is he being so nice? And she's like, are you sure, Master? I don't mind sleeping out in the cold. Like, you should take the tent. And then Izuku kind of like walks up to her, puts his hand on her head, and he says, "Listen, I don't know how you've been treated before, but you're just someone that needed help, that I saw needed help, and I helped you out. Please take the tent." And she's just looking at him like he's like, and so she's just looking at him thinking, it's like, why is he being nice to me? And so like, Izuku kind of forces her to take the tent, and he'll sleep outside. And throughout, like, Izuku decides to stay up and keep watch, at least until like later on, because like just to make sure that the fire stays stoked and everything, and to kind of like watch over Raftalia, to like monitor her progress. A couple, like an hour or so passes, and Izuku starts hearing Raftalia screaming and everything, and she's talking in her sleep and everything, and it's like, no, 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 why, no, and then like wakes, like she basically she basically is having the freak out like she does in canon. And Izuku like comes up to her and like grabs her and hugs her, and is like telling her like it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Shh, shh. Go, just get some rest. It'll be okay. I promise, everything will be okay. And Raftalia like subsides and then goes back to sleep. And when she wakes up in the morning, Izuku had gone to sleep for a couple hours that night, but then was woken up to to a noise outside the camp. It was just a wild animal that was coming through, like deer, like kind of like a deer-like creature, and it's just moseying on through. And Izuku's like, well, I guess I'll get started. And so Izuku goes on hunting, like going over to the thing. He caught like a couple more fish, and he was able to like catch a rabbit, one of those like dangerous rabbits, or and everything. And he cooks up like a breakfast. He found like a bird's nest and like took the eggs. Because at this point, Izuku's like really doesn't care what he eats because he is hungry. And Raftalia wakes up to like a smell of food, and she comes out and she apologizes. Is like, "I'm sorry, master. I'm sorry. You woke up before me." And Izuku kind of just smiles at her and says, "No, that's fine. Like, you seemed very peaceful after last night, and I wanted to let you sleep in." And then Raftalia looks down and she's like, "Why do you have to be... Why are you so nice to me?" Like, kind of skittishly. And Izuku kind of walks over and hands her like a bowl and a spoon. And she's like, "Well, what is this for?" And again, why are you being so nice to me? Like, in a very cautious and like afraid tone. And then Izuku sits down like a couple of feet away with his own bowl, and he says, "Eat up." And that morning, Izuku kind of tells her, it's like, "Raftalia, remember what I said when we were leaving, that you would have to learn how to fight if you wanted to travel with me?" And Raftalia's like, "Yes, master, I don't remember." And Izuku's like, "Well, Raftalia, you do need to learn how to fight, because even if you decide to like not stay with me, I at least want you to be able to take care of yourself." And she's like, why are you being so nice to me? No one ever since my parents." And she stops, and Izuku says, "It's okay, if you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to." And she's like, "Well, ever since I lost my parents, I've been treated like trash because I'm demi-human. Why do you treat me so well?" And Izuku's like raises his hand with like the shield, and he's like, "Well, you see, the world I came from, we have things called quirks." And she's like, "What's a quirk?" And Izuku kind of shows off Black Whip a little bit by like going and picking up a spoon and filling his bowl up again. And she's like, "This is magic." And Izuku's like, "No, it's a quirk. You see, I was summoned here, and I came from a world where people were born with superpowers, and a profession arose of superheroes, basically going over with her the ideas of hero society." And she's like, "Wow, so wait, you said you were summoned here? Does that mean, Master, you're a one of the cardinal heroes?" And Izuku's like, "Yeah, I guess I am. And to be more specific, I'm the shield hero." And this kind of makes Raftalia have a flashback to like what her parents had said about the cardinal heroes. And she's like, she starts crying and everything. And Izuku like asks her, like, "Well, what's wrong, Raftalia?" And Izuku is actually generally concerned, and she's like, "It's nothing, master. I'm fine." And Izuku just spies at her. It's like, "Okay, well, eat up, because we do need to get to town and get you some clothes and equipment." And so they go to the blacksmith, and get her equipped with like some sword and like new clothing, and so the blacksmith asks, like, so where'd you get the kid? And Ezeku's like, you probably think horrible of me, but I don't know. When I saw her, she was sickly, and I couldn't leave her there. Like, she reminded me too much of, like, another girl that I saved when back in my world. She reminded me of a girl that I saved in my world, and reminded me of something, reminded me of my own past. If it wasn't for someone else, I wouldn't have been on the path to become the hero that I am today. Well, I guess that's out of the... guess being a pro is going to be out of the question anyway, considering I'm probably stuck in this world. So the blacksmith says, so... And he's like, well, it'll be 10 silver pieces for all the equipment for it. And Izuku kind of just, like, plots it down, like, on the counter, and he's like, is there any places that we can travel to with our equipment and everything? Because the monsters and stuff around this area are kind of weak now. And Baxter's like, yeah, it seems like he'd been going like a few days, like, here and there. And because Raftalia was in his party, and he did kill like a few animals and stuff, Raftalia did gain a little bit of experience from that. Just simply because of proxy of the party system in the Shield Hero universe. Pardon me. So he explains to him that there's not really too many places you can go to right now, because it'd probably be too dangerous, considering, well, you would probably be able to make it just fine, but he kind of looks over at Raftalia, and Izuku sees this and is like, okay, I get it. And he like, before he leaves, the blacksmith tells him, he's like, look, I don't know if I should believe you or believe the rumors going around, but all I can say is, if you did do that, that was kind of shitty. But from what I've been able to gather other information, you seem like you genuinely care about this little girl. Keep her safe, young Midoriya. And so he's like, thanks for the advice, old man. And just walks off, like, grabbing Raftalia and, like, pulling it out. And then he goes to the herbalist to, like, sell some more herbs and, like, the medicine. And this is when what would that be in English? Herbalist. Like, he goes to the herbalist's shop, and when he's selling them and everything, the herbalist notices, like, the medicine, and he's like, well, if it's no difference from you, I'd rather buy medicine from you, because like, the full medicine is in high demand. I can't keep enough stock to keep up with all the orders from the army and everything. And he's like, so how much can I get for all of this? And the shopkeeper says, well, with the quality of ingredients that you use, and they do seem like high quality medicinal, like medicine, I would normally say 40 silver, but since you've been giving me really good herbs lately. I'll throw in a bonus 10 silver. And Izuku's like, you don't have to do that. I'll just take the 40 silver. And the herbalist is like, no, 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 I insist. And then Izuku thinks, okay, well, if you insist on giving me a bonus, do you have any tools that you could possibly part with? And he says, yes. And then Izuku says, so I'll take the tools and the 40 silver then, for all of this. And the herbalist, like, agrees to this. And he's thinking, it's like, wow, he's able to make without, like, tools. Give him, like, some proper tools. He'll be able to bring me better medicine and I can charge more money. And basically is what this guy's thinking. And so Izuku goes, and they're walking and everything, and Raftalia's stomach growls again. And Izuku says, like, are you hungry? And she's like, I'm fine, Master. You don't have to worry about me. And he just kind of smiles at her and is like, let's go get some food. And we can discuss more, like, what we're gonna do with you. And then Raftalia and him make a way to the inn. And this is kind of in the afternoon, because Izuku didn't take Raftalia a pretty good distance away from the city to, like, a lake and everything to, like, get the herbs that he needed to cure her. So they arrive, and Raftalia sees, like, a sign that says, we don't serve demi-humans. And Izuku's like, come on, let's go. And she's like, but Master, and he's like, it's fine, just come with me. Like, everything will be fine, Raftalia. I promise. And she's like, okay, Master, if you say so. And on the way in, she's seeing, like, all the people with, like, food and stuff like that. And she sees a kid, and Izuku's, like, just like Naofumi, like, says, can we get some food over here? Jeez. And the barkeep comes over, like, the staff of the inn comes over and asks, like, so what can I get you? Izuku says, give me the cheapest meal for, like, the cheapest meal that you have. And one kid, and she'll have whatever that kid over there is having. And this kind of shocks Raftalia. And then when, like, the food arrives, her tail's kind of wagging a little bit. And she says, Master, is all of this for me? And Izuku smiles at her and says, yes, like, this is your food, Raftalia. Like, see, like, I have my own. And she's like, thank you, Master. And, like, starts, like, mowing down everything. And then gets a little bit of food stuck in her throat. And she's she's kind of coughing and everything, and then Izuku pushes, like, a drink over to her, and he says, drink this, it'll help out. And eat slower, no one's gonna take it away from you. And she's like, I'm sorry, Master. And Izuku's like, and that's another thing, you don't have to keep calling me Master. You can call me Midoriya. And she's like, okay, Master Midoriya. And because she Raftalia has trust issues. And Izuku thinks back and is like, wow, she really does remind me of Eri. And then, like, he shakes his head, and then he's like, what's wrong, Master Midoriya? And Izuku's like, nothing, it's just, you reminded me of someone that I knew back from my world. And Izuku, like, they finish up eating and everything, and he asks the innkeeper, do you guys have any rooms? And also my companion does tend to scream in her sleep. And he's like, well, I do have one room left that would probably fit your needs. And he says, it'll be 1 silver for the night. And Izuku just tosses him a silver and says, thanks, we'll be back. And Naftali's like, where are we going? And Izuku's like, well, you need underclothing, right? And she's like, what? No, master, I'm fine. And Izuku's like, no, like, we need to get you some undergarments so that you don't hurt yourself with the equipment. So they go to a shop, and on the way, Izuku sees like another like slaves and stuff getting beat by someone, and he goes to act, and Raftalia sees this, like, and then he stops, and Raftalia says, what's wrong, master? Izuku says, it's nothing, Raftalia, let's go. And in the back of Izuku's mind, he's thinking, this world's so horrible. People are mistreated because of what they look like and because of their lineage. Is it even worth, like, saving these people? So Izuku is like Naofumi. He is questioning that, should I save these people or should I just let the waves destroy them? And then like on their way to a garment store, Izuku sees like someone getting mugged, and like basically uses like 1% of one roll mixed with like black wick moving around to basically knock like these robbers off, and like these citizens, it's the demon shield hero, and that Izuku walks up, grabs like the pouch that the robber had, and basically tosses it to the dude, and he's like, I'm not a demon. Yes, I'm a freaking shield hero, and whatever, man. You obviously wouldn't believe me even if I told you. And Raftalia like saw like Izuku do all this, and like after they get garments and everything, Raftalia has warmed up a little bit to him, and she's like, Master Midoriya, are you okay? You seem angry about something. And Izuku was like, it doesn't matter, Raftalia. She's just, how things happen in this world are completely different than the way things happen in my world. And I don't know if I'll ever see my friends or family again. And I have to go through all these bullcrap. But then he turns to her and smiles and is like, if I can do anything, I'm at least gonna save you in this world. And this is kind of like shocks Raftalia because she lost her parents. Her old master basically tortured her, and all of a sudden Izuku comes along, feeds her, clothes her, treats her illness, and he's basically going, like, according to like what he said, he's going to like give her some training so she can protect herself. So that being said, we are coming up on the 25-minute mark. I know this one isn't as action-packed or as good as maybe like some of my old videos, But I really wanted to take time with like episode 2 slash 3 with this. I'm basically going to be splitting the 2 episodes up into 3, maybe 4 parts by themselves, because I really wanted to develop like a good character relationship with Izuku and Raphtalia, and not just say, oh, canon this, canon that, but really go over the story of why it happens, like give details to the events and everything. So with that being said, thank you guys for all the views and the new subs, and as of the recording of this video, I have 190 subs, 10 more, and I will release the 200 sub special of the other Isekai. What if Izuku was the cheat magician? Or I will think of a title for it, but basically, what if Izuku was transported to the Isekai cheat magician universe? So, that being said, like, comment, and subscribe to the video, and in the description I will have my Discord. I do have a few more pages that I need to add to it. Also, I do have a tab there of what if suggestions. Go there. Like, you can go there, and also when you get there, make sure you comment in the general chat saying hello, and I will see you beautiful souls in the next video.